The new Tesla Roadster will be the fastest production car ever made, period.
MacBook Pro is up to 1.8 times faster than the 13-inch Pro with M1.
That is the fastest. This will be the first time that any car has broken 2 seconds at 0 to 60.
Are up to 3.4 times fast, 3 times more powerful than an M1.
620-mile range, brakes 1,000 kilometers. A production electric vehicle will travel more than 1,000 kilometers in a single charge at highway speed.
Over 2 high-resolution external displays, in addition to the built-in display, has 3 Thunderbolt 4 ports, 1 more than before.
The point of doing this is to just give the hardcore smackdown to gasoline cars.
Twice as powerful as M4, 75% increase in memory bandwidth, 3 times faster than models with M1 Pro.
Twice the performance. That's 4 times the bandwidth, 2.2 times faster than M1 Max, 2.5 times faster to 1.9 times faster, 4 times faster.
Are better than gasoline cars.
3 times faster performance.
It has better acceleration than almost any gasoline sports car.
Times faster performance, 20 times faster performance, 24 hours of battery life, 14 more hours,
50% faster, 60 times faster.
and you get all these great features.
Okay, question of the day. How can I differentiate my SaaS or service in a saturated market? That's a great question. As usual, my name is Riley Riles. I'm a startup advisor and investor. As usual, this is a real plane, not a green screen. So how can you differentiate your SaaS also or for your agency in a saturated market? So first of all, saturated market is not a bad thing. The really good thing about a saturated market is that you have a proof of demand, as opposed to when you're creating something where there's no market, you don't even know if people will buy or not. So being in a saturated market is not necessarily a bad thing. That being said, what I like to do for my products and with my clients is sort of check those three, one of those 3 options. I call this FCMB, FC and MB. So that stands for faster, cheaper, more, and better features. I'm going to dive into each of these sections, but if you didn't know this framework, write it down. FCMB. So faster, what does it mean? Look at it this way. When you go to Disneyland, there are a lot of people there. There are a lot of people queuing, and sometimes you wondering, especially you, damn, I'd be ready to pay just to get that shortcut that takes me to the park or the attraction faster. So they were selling you a faster access or faster time to value. Same thing if you're in an airport, for example. There is always this fast track lane that you can pay for. And so people are willing to pay to get shorter time to value, faster time to value. So that's the faster. Now the C, so we did the F, now we do the C. C is cheaper. Self-explanatory, right? This is not my favorite one. And the reason is because once you start to go cheaper, so reducing your price, then it's really hard to sort of get outside of this box. Once you're competing on price, then it gets really, really hard to sort of stand out of the pricing model. Unless you are applying one of the art of war burning ground strategies, which is essentially you want to kill your competition by just dropping down the price and sometimes having like no margins out of it, but just because you want to kill the competition. And once there's no more competition, then you start raising up the price again. So of course, people would buy your product and services if they provide the same value as your competition at a lower cost, at a cheaper cost. That's very classic. So FC, and now the last one that is a combination, I call it MB, which is more and better features. More and better features. That's super important. You cannot just do better features. You cannot just do more features. You have to do more and better features. And so look at it this way. When Tesla started, they wanted to
give the hardcore smackdown to gasoline cars.
Create a spot in the market for electric vehicles, but it was saturated with gasoline cars. And so what they had to do was build electric cars that were that had more features and they had better features than any gasoline production car. And so they designed those cars that were like sexy, looking a bit like sports car or like super luxury cars, and at the same time have crazy performances. Like that's why you had all these videos of Teslas going faster than gasoline cars in drag races and stuff like that. And all the cars were equipped with a lot of technology, a lot of fancy stuff, a lot of shiny stuff, etc., because they really wanted to not just get to the competition's level, but outrank it on every single feature. It's really full spectrum dominance, and that's one of the only way to really sort of stand out in the market. So you want to say, okay, here's what the competition does. We're going to equate that, but then we're going to just add a shitload of more features that are better, more and better features than the competition, so that there's no comparison possible with what's existing in the market. And so that's what I call the FCMB, faster, cheaper, more and better features. And so if you apply one of those or multiple of those elements with your product or services, whether you're a SaaS or an agency, you have more chances of standing out to the competition. I'm going to add one more thing, Steve Jobs style. I would say that's a bit of a warning. Be really careful when you are moving in a market, because one of the mistakes I see a lot in consultation or people reaching out to me is that they really try to monitor and watch the competition 24/7 all the time. They're looking at what the competition is doing, and they sort of try to follow their steps. This is very, very dangerous, because it's like you are in university or school and you have a math exam and you're copying the guy next to you. And so every time he answers something, you just copy the answer. And the problem is that you don't know if the answer is the correct or wrong answer. So you're also copying mistakes. And the thing is, you don't have the fast feedback loop to tell you that you're copying a mistake before he or she is doing it. And so you can just end up ruining your company and burning cash for no reason. So really be cautious about studying the competition too much and copying the competition too much. Try to create your lane and just iterate as fast as possible in that particular lane. So FCMB, faster, cheaper, more and better features. That's some of the ways to stand out in a saturated market. I hope you like this video. If you have any questions, write them down in the comment section. I answer all the comments, all the questions. If you want me to make a video about your question, let me know that in the comments as well. And if you are too shy about commenting with a question, here's a form. I'll also drop a form in the description so that you can send me that privately, and I'll make a video answer to that. And until next time, boom.